Market's looking to rebound here today as futures are up. Currently about 0.25% on the ES, about a third on the NQ. The big headlines coming through out of Iran as Axios now reporting that the United States is closer to a war here. And we're seeing some, I guess, more reports that tankers are moving there. That's been kind of the case here for the last couple of days. We'll keep an eye on that here. Futures currently don't really seem to care all that much. You do have some movement in oil. We are up about 2%, 2.5% there on crude futures, and just getting above or just getting close to yesterday's high. So again, these reports, just take them all with a grain of salt. A lot of noise. There was talk about a deal over the weekend. There was talk about the war is going to happen. Then there was more deal talk. And again, a lot of the time, the charts will tell you whether or not it's actually going to happen or not. If we were really that close, I think we could at least beat yesterday's high on oil. And I think that the E-mini would be tanking, but it's really not right now. We do have a little bit of a dip off the highs currently. And by tanking, I don't mean like, okay, we dipped 10 points. I mean like we're tanking. But nonetheless here, we're dipping, a little bit off the highs, 1, 2, 3, little lower highs there. We talked about the possibility of a rebound today, and bulls definitely have a chance here. Keep an eye on this level here, 6.876 or so. We got a little pre-market low there a little bit ago, and it's kind of a shelf from the overnight. It also stretches across. There's plenty of levels I've got in that area here, but this is kind of the local spot. Below that, we've got 60 to 50, and this 50 has been one of these parallels that I've been tracking for quite a while on the downside. We got a lot of them there, but nonetheless, you have a big W bottom. We talked about that yesterday, and you had a little bit, and there's the hourly. We can look at a 4-hour to zoom in. There we go. RSI, there we go. So you see the higher lows there, kind of signaling that divergence. And you got the W, so maybe we'll set up the V here for a push later today, as it appears that's kind of what's happening right now as we front run this move to the downside. So that's what we're really watching right now. And obviously oil, just keep an eye on that. If that really starts to move higher, that will likely indicate that there's tensions here in the head, spill over into equities. But for right now here, we've talked about this extensively last couple of days. 68.95 and 6,900 on the E-mini. That's your squeeze level. We hit it Thursday, and as a back test when we sold off, we hit it Friday, chopped around here. Now we've based beneath it, hitting it again. So bulls want to see a higher low here and working back towards that. If we get a higher low and work through that, I don't think it'll hold a second time, or I should say like a third time, but a second time today nonetheless. So watch this area here for traps, maybe a retest. But yeah, bulls have room for a higher low here, and they can try to rebound this. And again, even from a bear perspective here, I think you kind of want today to be at least green to flat. Kind of just going off of what I was saying a minute ago with the kind of oscillation needing to reset a little bit. For a WV pattern, it's very common as well to see like a 50% retrace or even a 618. So a quick move there could, get us down there. I don't think you really want to see that too quickly, or you want to see that last quickly is what I'm trying to say. Should we get down there, if we're going to trend here, right? There's only so much time in the day to do that. Excuse me, 24.8, other side of that. So 24.6, that was a low. We talked about that yesterday morning. And that was the shelf here from Friday low, and then that was the reclaim there. So nice move. Again, similar pattern there on the NQ, 24,950 to 2,500 is your squeeze trigger there. That brings us back up to 25.2. So these levels here working out pretty well. We've been in this range for quite a long time. We'll see what we get here today, but my general lean is if bulls can hold these areas here, put in a higher low, we can see a little bit of a run towards 6,900 SPX and possibly even SPY 690, which is a little bit higher. That would essentially retest the low from last Friday. So with that said, we'll see what we get here today, and we'll wrap it up Short and sweet. We also have our sale going on, so don't forget to check that out. 60% first month active trader, 30% off of swing trades. Still got that going for the next week. So come find me there on Carnivore Trades, and find me at Gamma Boy Trades for the afternoon recap, where we'll talk about the session at 4 o'clock. Anyways, you guys take care, and we'll see you guys all later.